All rise. Support court with Judge Vanda B is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1056, Hannigan case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You may be seated. Ms. Hannigan, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, my ex-husband, since last year, doesn't come and get our children, doesn't take care of them, and he is just in and out of their lives, and I'm tired of it.
Okay. How many children do you all have?
We have 2 children.
All right. You said ex-husband. So how long have you all been divorced?
We've been divorced for a year because he decided to step outside of our marriage and have another child.
Oh, okay. Okay. I wasn't expecting that.
Neither was I.
All right. So he has an outside child. How old is that child?
The tension in the courtroom is at an all-time high as Judge Vanda B turns up the heat on the ex-husband. Miss Hannigan, exhausted and fed up, lays it all out. She's been raising their 2 children alone while he's been off starting a new family elsewhere. But here's the real question. Why hasn't he contributed a single cent? Judge Vanda B isn't holding back. She calls him out on his 6-figure income, demanding answers. His excuses? Weak. His justifications? Non-existent. At this point, it's obvious. He's about to face some serious financial reality. The courtroom. Battle is heating up, and trust me, justice is about to be served. Now this is where things get...
He ought to be about 1.
Okay. Do you know where he works?
Yes, he owns his own mechanic shop.
All right. Do you know how much he makes?
I do. He makes about $120 a year.
Okay. Does he do anything financially to support the children?
Not really. He did while we were married, but since we've been divorced, no.
Okay. And you said he doesn't pick them up or anything like that?
Every once in a blue moon.
All right. All right. Do you pay health insurance or does he pay health insurance?
I pay for everything.
Okay. How much is the health insurance?
About $326 a month.
And that's for the children only, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. So let's take a look here. I see that he did not show up for court today. All right, I noticed he was served to be here today, looking at the documents that are before me.
Really interesting. The ex-husband didn't even bother to show up to court, despite being properly served. Big mistake. Judge Vanda B isn't letting him off the hook. Instead, she moves forward without him, relying on Miss Hannigan's testimony to break down the numbers. Here's the deal. He makes $120,000 a year, with a net monthly income of $7,074.25. He has 3 children, 2 with Miss Hannigan and 1 outside child. His child support obligation? $1,906 per month, plus $163 for health insurance, totaling $1,269 per month. The judge is all business, no excuses, no delays, just financial reality hitting hard. He might have been avoiding responsibility for months, but now, his paycheck is about to feel it. Judge Vanda B wraps things up, confirming the child support amount and asking Miss Hannigan if she needs anything else.
You haven't talked to him at all?
I have not.
Okay, did he say he wasn't coming to court today?
I have not talked to him,
Okay.
literally, in a couple of months.
Okay, well, good thing about it is that I can continue to move forward and place him on child support today because he was served to be here. And he's technically on notice, so we're going to go ahead and move forward based on the testimony that you gave, okay? So, at $120,000 a year, that's what you said he makes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I have his gross at $10,000 a month. That would bring his net to...
She's grateful, the case is dismissed, and justice is served. But here's the kicker. The ex-husband's absence says it all. He had every chance to defend himself, negotiate, or explain, but instead he ghosted. Now, he's on the hook for nearly $1,900 a month, and he's got no one to blame but himself. The judge's no-nonsense approach is a clear message. When it comes to child support, the court doesn't play games. Miss Hennigan leaves with relief. But the real question is, how will the ex-husband react when he finds out? After the case, Judge Vonda Bailey breaks it all down for us.
$7,584.25. And you say you all have 2 children and he has 1 outside child. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So giving him credit for that other child, that brings his child support to about $1,706. You said health insurance is $326 for the children?
Yes.
Okay. So he's going to reimburse half of that to you, so that $163 plus $1,706 brings his monthly child support amount to $1,869 per month. Is there anything further you needed?
No, thank you.
Are you okay?
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, if there's nothing further, you're dismissed.
Lesson number 1. Always show up to court when you're served. Even if you can't change the outcome, at least you get to be heard. In this case, the ex-husband skipping court meant that the judge had only Miss Hennigan's side of the story to work with, which did not go in his favor. Lesson number 2. Financial responsibility isn't optional. The court's top priority is the well-being of the kids. If you're a parent, you have a legal and moral duty to provide for them, no matter what. Judge Bailey delivers this reality check with her signature
Hey guys, it's me, Judge Vonda B. I wanted to go over what you all witnessed in the Hennigan case. Well, mom was bringing dad to court. She wanted him to pay child support for the children. Well, what did you notice that was interesting about this case? Dad did not show up for court. Remember guys, always show up to court when you are served. It may not necessarily change the outcome of the case, but it definitely gives you an opportunity to be heard. Mom testified to the amount of income to her knowledge that dad made from his mechanic shop. His child support was based
blend of authority and empathy. And trust me, it's a lesson worth listening to. This case is a perfect example of what happens when a parent shirks responsibility. The ex-husband's decision to skip court didn't just cost him a chance to present his side, it left him with a hefty child support bill that he has no way of avoiding. Now, meanwhile, Miss Hennigan stood her ground and fought for her children's rights, and the court backed her up. The judge's ruling was fair, firm, and crystal clear, because at the end of the day, the court exists to protect the most vulnerable, the children. So, whether you're a parent seeking support or one being ordered to provide it, this case is a wake-up call. Take child support seriously, and as Judge Bailey wisely put it, showing up to court is always your best move.